Further ado, I think we can kick it over to Boden.
Hey, it's me.
It's me, Boden.
I'm playing Eastshade.
Hell yeah.
If you've heard about or seen this game before, you might think like this is just basically a walking simulator where you paint stuff. How is this gonna be an interesting speedrun? But if you've actually played the game, you would know that you can do a lot of interesting things. So, timing will start when I press continue after this loading screen.
All right, FC, you ready?
I am ready.
He's on it.
3, 2, 1, go. First off, gonna talk to this woman, grab her book through the wall, talk to this guy, say bye to him, duck down, and then we're gonna wait for 20 seconds. We're like on a boat on the way to Eastshade. That's the name of the island where you like are supposed to make 4 paintings for your mother. But your boat like crashes into something and then, oh no, I'm drowning. We actually crouch down because you drown faster when you're crouched. No, the monkeys are not racist. There's 4 different people in this game. There's deer people, monkey people, bears, and owls. Oh, and also raccoons. But you're not supposed to know about those guys yet. Yeah. There's a lot of different paintings you have to make in this game. You're basically just running around making paintings most of the time, and a lot of it is gonna probably seem very random at first, like the places where I make paintings. But trust me, it's all gonna make sense at some point. And for 100% you both have to finish all the quests in the game and also discover every place, like I just did there. And for every place you discover and also for every book you read, you get inspiration. The thing that just popped up in the bottom right. For inspiration, you can make paintings. You need 1 inspiration per painting, and you also need 2 boards and 2 fabric to craft a canvas. Both inspiration and canvases won't really be a problem at any point in the run, so we don't really have to worry about that. Just at the start I have to pick up all the fabric and boards I can find because on this small part of the island where we're currently stuck, there's not that much in terms of resources. And speaking of resources, we also need to pick up a certain amount of other items, like this right here. Those are roots. I need 16 roots overall. I also need 3 feathers, 4 inky caps. Those are just mushrooms, and about 35 scragweed, which is just like a purple weed. That guy has a jug stuck on his head and we have to go get someone to help him. Made my first canvas, made a painting of that guy over there. Tell her to go over to the guy with the jug. Give this guy the painting I made. And we're not gonna go help the guy with the jug on his head, we're gonna do other stuff.
I know where some boards are. Follow me. Did you see when it ran a reef? I've never seen anything like that.
There's actually more boards that spawn back here when you do this quest, which is convenient.
Now we just need the fabric.
Now we just need the fabric. Talk to this bear right here to start a quest that we're gonna finish in like half an hour.
Everything we need now, right? We can make a canvas from this stuff.
There's more fabric and boards back here, and I will need pretty much all of them. I'll need to make, I think, 6 paintings on this island alone, and 15 in total. Make a couple more canvases. this girl's still running after me, and now she wants me to paint something for her, which we're not gonna do immediately. I went the wrong way. We're gonna now go to the guy with the jug on his head.
Stuck, isn't it?
Wait for this dialogue to finish. Hope this girl doesn't make it to the door before the dialogue finishes so I can actually leave.
Would you be a dear and fetch some soap from Amelia's
Ah,
house?
fuck.
It's just down the stairs.
Come on.
Across the courtyard.
Now we gotta go over to another woman in a different house to get some soap from her to get the jug off that guy's head.
You know, well,
And she actually tells me that that guy is doing some not so cool things. And I just tell her, like, resolve that shit yourself. And that's that for that quest. I could be dragging it out way longer,
Well, let's
but
try this.
why would I do that?
watch me soar like a bird!
Now we're actually gonna make our second painting. Another guy in another quest wants us to make a painting of this view over here. And then we talk to her. Now the eclipse starts. This actually starts the time, like actually starts the time in the world. And then that girl came up to me while I was supposed to be locked in a state where I just stare at the eclipse until it finishes. Because that girl was running after me, and like when I made a painting she was like, oh, that painting's really cool. She talked to me, broke me out of that state so I can actually move my camera around and open my inventory. Which meant I could make a painting of the eclipse and then give that painting to her.
Certainly.
Also buy one drink from her. That drink's gonna let us walk around at night because it's so cold at night in Eastshade that you freeze to death. And that's not something we want to happen. Now we're gonna advance time in our very own bed to nighttime so we can do a couple quests. There's some quests in this game that are locked to like specific times where you have to do specific stuff at specific times. This one's like locked to nighttime. Gonna drink that thing so I don't die out here. Cold night out here in Brooklyn. Come on, pick up some more roots on the way. And also make another painting. I often just forget about this one because it's kind of out of the way and not immediately important. But I have to go down here and make a painting of this beach. Now we have to go over to this guy. He's on top of this supposedly abandoned tower, but apparently not. Knock on the door, talk to this guy again, and talk to him about the architect of Lindo. That's the guy up on that tower. And now he lets me go inside, pick up that feather, go up to him. And he's gonna be like, oh, these people don't appreciate my architecture. And you tell him like, yes they do. And tomorrow morning he's gonna be back in the town. And then he wants me to paint like the buildings he built. And then he's gonna be happy. Or at least a bit less grumpy. Which means we're pretty much done with this part of the island. Pretty much the least complex part of the run. We're just gonna go back to sleep and advance the time to around like 8:10 a.m. That maybe 8:13 is fine. Because that puts us at the correct cycle for in-game time to get to a specific place when the eclipse that happened earlier happens again.
Azad is back.
Azad is the guy who... Oh, wow, that door didn't open.
He was milling about when he
Should go over here now and make the painting for that guy. Actually, craft another canvas real quick. And now he's over here and he's like, oh yeah, paint this for me. If you hesitate too long, I'll just find someone else. You painters are a dime a dozen. Really pretentious, and now I don't have to interact with him anymore. Give this guy the painting I made up at the gazebo at the start, or like before the eclipse happened. And now we can pretty much just leave Lindo. Pick up some more roots and another feather on the way because we have to go to this guy, give him 3 feathers, and finish another quest.
Is there something else?
Usually at the bridge up there, you're supposed to pay 60 glowstones, which is the currency in this game, to get through. And it, like when there's like an invisible wall in front of it, and it says like this is a toll bridge, but we can just jump onto one of our canvases and jump around the invisible wall. Because toll bridges are for nerds. Now we're just gonna barge into this guy's house, steal some of his stuff, and then run right past him. Pick up another stick right here. Did I mention I need 7 sticks as well? Talk to this guy for a bit. He's like, oh yeah, here's the recipe for the raft, which we're supposed to use to get across water, which I'm not gonna do. Why would I do that? The raft is extremely slow, and there's a way faster way to get across water. You'll see what I mean in a bit. That was, I think, my 4th or 5th stick and my 2nd inky cap. Or my first inky cap. There's another scragweed right here, and one right there. Another one here. I need to get up to about 35, which means I have to pick up pretty much all the ones that I can get.
I've already wasted. Yeah.
This guy has like a water fox in a cave back here. Has like an injured foot, and we have to lure him out so he can fix the water fox's foot. Because bear people exist, but also regular foxes, apparently. Don't ask me how that makes sense. But he's now gonna go into the cage. And then he just stood there. He just appeared, and now he's walking towards me.
Managed to trap him.
And
The tricks all the way above ground. I need to administer the sound.
come on. He's doing it.
Let me show you.
And now he taught me how to make a tent, but I will not need a tent at any point in the run. I now have to go back here, discover one more place, and also pick up a bunch more scragweed. Because there's pretty much no other way to get this much scragweed, and we need a lot of it, because it's gonna give us a lot of money. And money is also important, because with money we have to buy the most important item in the game. Just gotta go over to this tower. There's like a zip line from the tower to Nava. I've never even used this zip line in my casual playthrough. I don't know why it's here. It's kind of pointless, but I'm not gonna judge them. There's more scragweed on the way here. I hope I didn't forget about any. But we should be good. There's another one around the corner right here. And a stick as well. And yeah, this is pretty much just gonna be a speedrun of picking up scragweed for the beginning of it. Got some right here. Got more over here. And now I have to make a painting of the Great Shade right here. And what I'm gonna do after I made the painting is pick up those two scragweed, close that text box, and then paint over, in quotation marks. There's nothing I'm painting over, I'm just duplicating canvases. The canvas menu in this game is completely broken. I don't know how they even thought that was a good idea. But it works, you know, I can get more canvases. It's pretty cool. There's even more scragweed back here that I have to pick up. I think I should be done with scragweed soon, though. I have to make a painting of this owl. It's also going to be important later. Right, I have to go over here, there's more scragweed. I need all of it. There it is. What's gonna happen in a second is the eclipse will start again, but this time at normal speed. Sun's already pretty close to the planet, which means I kinda have to hurry up. It's 10:48 AM. Should be a good time though. Go over here to another house, start 2 more quests, pick up another stick just for safety. I didn't remember if I was at 7 already. Give this guy 7 sticks because mice are like invading his crops, eating everything. But it's not actually mice, but don't tell him that. Also, that woman heard drumming at night. What could that be about? You stay tuned to find out. It's gonna happen in like 20 minutes. Oh wait, fuck, I forgot to go back here and pick up scragweed. Always pick up scragweed. Now we're coming up to the balloon. I hate the balloon. All my homies hate the balloon. She's like talking about how cool the balloon is and like no one wants to come to it because she gave it a really dangerous name. And now, oh my god, that painting didn't count, come on. Okay, that counted. I have to like make a painting of the balloon and then she's gonna be like, I've got it. And now she's gonna get ready for liftoff so I can paint the balloon while it's in the air to prove to people that it actually doesn't crash and burn every time it goes up in the air. But look at the speed of this thing. And the best part about it is, with this quest, you're supposed to be taken with that balloon up to that summit. Takes about 7 minutes of doing nothing and just sitting there and having her walk you up to the thing. But we don't have to do that anymore, because I found a way how to just skip it. Talk to her while she's still in the balloon, give her the painting, and now she gave me a flyer that I have to put up in the city so people actually like see it. And what time is it? 11:44. It's a decent time, I think. Might be a bit late, honestly. I have to go up to the bear that's standing at the bridge to Nava, to the big city. She's gonna tell me that I have to get 3 references to be allowed into Nava.
I'm afraid if stay safe now.
And also that I have to stay safe. And usually in any percent you just jump over her with another like canvas. But since that's actually a quest we have to finish in 100%, I can't do that. Which means we'll have to get 3 references. And you can get references from people you've already helped. So like people whose quests you've already finished. And yeah, the eclipse is like going on right now. I am way too late. This is kind of scary. Should be fine though. I'm just gonna go over here and discover the K&K Apothecary, which is also gonna be important later on in the run. And also go back here and discover Sinkwood Falls. A lot of the places you have to like discover for 100% are extremely out of the way and don't make any sense. One of the places it took me like hours in my first playthrough to actually find. And it's also like a place that you're supposed to use the raft for. But again, that's not gonna happen. Just have to, oh god, I'm slow, I'm late, I'm very late. This is still fine though, I hope. This still counts as an eclipse painting. I had to make a painting of that like arch thing for another quest that I'm gonna be doing in just a second. Pick up some more roots on the way, why not? Run past that woman. I'll have to talk to her like way later, towards the end of the run. And now this mirror thing here is like reflecting the light from the sun away. What could that mean? Oh hey, there's another mirror right over here. What could that mean? I don't know. I still haven't figured out what this quest is supposed to mean. I don't understand. Anyway, we're gonna fall down this trapdoor and talk to her. And now give her the painting of the eclipse that I just made. She's really annoying, so we're just gonna walk away from her talking to me. And now we're gonna go out through a front door. Pick up some more boards that someone left in the water. Carelessly. I don't know why they did that. And now we're gonna go back over to the big tree that I made a painting of earlier. Come on, just let me through here. Thank you. Because there's a house in the tree that we have to get to. Normally you're supposed to go there by zipline. How many scragweed do I have? 36, very good. Yeah, you're supposed to go there by like the zip line that's coming from back there, and you're supposed to get like a zip trolley for it, and it's $70, and you have to go to the big city to buy it, and that's not happening, which means I'm gonna just go up here. I know I'm kind of greedy, but it has to be done. And she tells me like, oh yeah, what happens to the... What's with this, Yeah, come on. Yeah, she just tells me to pick like invasive species scragweed, and then gives me 3 glowstone for each scragweed, which means we get a lot of money. Now we have to go get the 3 references I was talking about earlier. One of them we're gonna get from a lunatic, just an absolute crazy woman. That's the woman that I had to make the painting of the owl for, because she just likes the bird that makes the hoo-hoo sound. And she's also gonna say hoo-hoo a lot during this conversation.
Ooh, bye now.
As I said, kind of a lunatic. But she gave us an admission to Nava, so, I mean, I'm not gonna complain. Gonna get another admission, another reference from this guy.
Sure, I can.
Now we're gonna go up to that house that I haven't gone into yet. There's another woman in there who makes me a map if I give her 4 of those inky caps. And the map is pretty useful because you can actually fast travel to a couple places when you have a fast travel tea. We're just going to talk to her through the wall. Admission into Nava. Thank you. I hope I picked up that fabric that's on top of the shelf inside there behind the wall. But now that's pretty much it. I think we can just go to Nava now. Go into the big city. It's basically New York. Nava's like the place in this game where you spend the most of your time. Like, not compared to the rest of the run, but it's just the place, yeah, you frequent the most. There's the most people there and the most, like, quests you have to do. And you also have to make a painting from, like, the top of the big building in the middle. But you can only get there by, like, doing a long convoluted quest or, like, just taking advantage of a thing that's coming up in a bit. If I remember correctly, I have to go to the left now and talk to a couple people. There's this beer lady over here who's like, who wants to go on a date with another beer lady, and we have to like hook them up. Also, this guy sold toxic tubers instead of zucchinis, which is not good. You don't want that to happen. This woman bought one of the toxic tubers, so I'm gonna get it back from her. I now have 1 toxic tuber. I also have to make a painting of, wait, yeah, make a painting of this this water mill right here. Also make a couple more canvases and some twine. Pick up more boards, as always. Talk to this guy, he also bought a toxic tuber. But he already ate it, and he's gonna have a bad time in a bit. And here's the bear that I talked to at the very start of the game.
Okay, my brother's sitting at the table.
He just wants to prank his brother. This guy likes, what was it, strawberry pastries, but we gave him like, grape pastries, I think. And he's like, oh wow, you pranked me, really cool, and then I get 10 bucks from his brother. Yeah, go over here, and now we can buy the most broken thing in the entire game. Bicycle. They just... I don't know what they did with this bicycle, because they programmed it to like slide and do like some cool stuff. But they entirely forgot about the ability to place the bike and also gravity.
Hello. Yeah.
Which means it's kind of overpowered and it doesn't make any sense. I have to talk to this guy, he sells elixirs of life. But they don't actually do anything. Pick up this, take out the bicycle, and now we can go up the big tower. The big tower houses some more quests and a library. You can actually look at a bunch of books and like read up on the lore of this island, but why would I do that? Give me one reason. Now we can talk to this scholar over here, and she's gonna be like, do you know of Melik? Here. And I sold her the elixir of life because she wants to debunk that guy's predatory market strategies. Also talk to her to open commissions.
Okay, I'll tell
You can actually like do commissions down at the plaza and like get money for them. But I'm only gonna do 3 of them because they're fast. The other ones are like really slow and don't actually count towards 100%. But yeah, that's it for up on Nava for the time being. We can actually just jump down here with the bicycle I don't get what they did with it, but it's not good. Wait, I have to make a painting of these chickens for another commission. Someone apparently wants a painting of a chicken. And we have to make a painting of this poor guy right here. He already ate one of the toxic tubers. He's not feeling good. So we're just gonna make fun of him by immortalizing his pain. And that's commissions opened, except these 3. And then immediately turn them in because I already made all the commissions. Now we have to go around here, buy all the rest of the equipment we need for the rest of the run, and then I don't really have to buy anything more after that. There's a zip trolley. I said I skipped like one part of zip trolley usage in the run, but sadly I couldn't entirely route it out. So I still need the $70 for that zip trolley. And then we gotta go to this guy and buy just all the fast travel potions we can get. And now we have to fast travel to Mudwillow's Mirror. The thing with the mirror and the quest that I don't understand. It's 6 PM, which means it's not late enough, which means we're gonna... Wait. We're gonna fast travel to the same place again. Which takes 3 hours for some reason. I don't know what he does in the 3 hours, but I'm fine with it. I have to go over here. And you remember the woman talking about drumming earlier? Here they are, drumming. And now they get scared and run into a door in a tree. And we're like slowed down for some reason. And now we can go fast again. And talk to the woman about the drummers. And she's gonna be like, what? Really? A tree door? Let's go see it. And then they're not gonna be there and she's gonna be like, all this investigating has made me thirsty. I think it's quite time for a Lindawian brew.
What?
Really? A tree door?
Tree door? Let's go see it.
Yeah, they were right here. All this investigating has made me thirsty. And now we have to warp back to Nava. And now we have to go to the library I mentioned earlier. And look at a specific book, and then there's gonna be like a note that falls out and it's gonna tell me like, come to Mudwillow's Mirror after midnight. And then I'm gonna go to Mudwillow's Mirror after midnight and there's gonna be a raccoon guy there. And he's gonna be like, oh yeah, you got a painting for me and stuff, and then I give him the painting I made beforehand because I have so much foresight. But yeah, the raccoon people are like hiding underground in their own like towns because they're scared of the other people and kind of like xenophobic. Which is not a good look, honestly. But that guy's like the only reasonable raccoon. And then he's gonna like take me to their lair. But before that happens, we're gonna go back to the balloon again. Oh wait, before that happens, I have one more thing to do. I almost forgot about this. What the hell? Why is it so big? It's always like way smaller. That's never happened before. There we go. But yeah, had to put up that flyer and now she's like, oh yeah, there's so many people who want to come to my balloon now because I put up like a flyer and 0 people have seen it yet because I put it up at like in the middle of the night. Now we have to make a painting of Nava for the raccoon guy. And now you're supposed to like go over here and she's like, come on, hop in, let's go on a balloon ride. But the quest actually finishes when you talk to her and she's like, yeah, hop in, pal. But now you're actually locked in a state where you cannot save and you cannot load or fast travel. Which means your only option is pretty much like doing the balloon ride. But you can break yourself out of that state if you get the game to autosave instead of you having to save manually. Which we're gonna do with the Raccoon Guy quest. Which means we're locked out of that state and we can fast travel around again. Isn't that cool? There's a guy. Why all the secrecy? Certainly. So, not true. I'm a painter. I can actually kill the run right here, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna offer him the painting, and now he's gonna take me to his place. Okay, I did not kill the run. We're good.
As much as I consider you a friend, my kin would... We have arrived. Please.
And now we're in the place. Probably like one of the most beautiful places in this game. You can like walk around and explore, but that's not what we're gonna do. Ah, he didn't let me through. Gonna have to walk after him. But look at all this cool shit. There's like raccoon people and they're scared of me. There's bongos. Like fossils. Really cool place. There's like way more back there, but we're not gonna go there.
Well, okay.
And I'm ready. Yeah, we can go. I saw enough of your place. He's gonna be farewell friend, and now we can get back on our bike. And it actually advanced time to the next morning, which means the quest with the mice guy advanced. Now we can go talk to him, and he's like, the mice are still taking my crops. Go to the apothecary and get some repellent. And then we're gonna go to the apothecary, and it turns out the apothecary people have fallen on hard times and are stealing his crops.
See you soon.
And then you have to go like ask the crazy owl lady for 600 bucks. And then you go over to her and she's gonna be like, no, those people are like scammers and they put like illegal stuff into their potions and into their medicine. And then you go back to them and ask them like, is that true? And he's gonna be like, no, take my potion, let it test at the criminy. He says criminy. I find that really funny.
Anyhow, if she needs convincing, just tell her it's anyone besides us asking. Go, give it your best.
Yeah, they're basically CSGO trade scammers. Those two guys are like T. Martin and what's his name? Pro Syndicate. But yeah, it's Owl Lady time again. She's actually not gonna who at all during this conversation, which I find kind of disappointing.
Of course. You need right to see financial but not that he's in kind. Bye now.
Goodbye. Never gonna have to talk to her again. Which is good in my book. Go back to the apothecary people and he's gonna be like, what? No, go test it. And then we have to go back to the guy with his mouse fence and finish that quest. That's a quest I forget about a lot and then have to go back to at the end of the run. Which is not gonna happen this time because I just reminded myself of it. And then after we get it tested at the, like, at the scholar person, we have to, no, not Mountain Wart either, I have to go to the mice guy on the way. Actually, no, I'm not gonna fast travel, I don't have enough fast travel teas. I can just buy more, but the peculiar thing with this game is if you load a game or fast travel or sleep too many times in the same like sitting of the game, it just crashes after a while. Which is dumb, and it like it happens at one point in the run, which is unfortunate. But I haven't found a way around fast traveling so much. And even with the crash, fast traveling around more is still faster than like cutting it down. Yeah, we're just gonna go to the scholar woman. She's also gonna tell me like go to the 5 hot springs in Eastshade, where that guy with the elixir of life supposedly got his water from. And like test them for like the life-giving minerals. And that's like one of the most convoluted and long quests in this game. And it takes forever to get to all of the 5 hot springs, and she's like, you want me? She's gonna check that guy's potion, and in the same breath she's gonna tell me to like do this. Now I can fast travel back to the apothecary and tell them like, your potions are clean, your potions have come back negative.
Please tell me, but thank you.
And now we have to Mountain War Tea to the balloon. Ironically, because we're not going to take the balloon up to the mountain. We're just going to go out of bounds and ride our bike up a steep mountain. Because that's what you do with the bike in this game. There's also going to be a display of just the extent of how dumb the gravity is on this bike. Look at this. How did they miss this? How did they not, like, do anything about this? This bike is literally Skyrim horses, yeah? But now we're gonna go behind this rock, go onto it, and now ride our bike up here? Yep. And now we're out of bounds. And we're just gonna go. This entire area is not supposed to be traversable. And luckily they didn't make it like non-collision. And now we have to go up to right there, like about there, and then make the Restless Reach painting, which is the second of 4 paintings for our mother. Just behind this splotch, basically. This should count. Yeah, it does. Now we have that painting. And now we can actually go into the inbounds of Restless Reach. Actually discover the place. There's Restless Reach, and up here is the first of 5 hot springs. I have to like discover the hot spring and then fill a vial with it. And we're gonna pack up the bike, go to the invisible wall here, place the bike behind the invisible wall, get on, and that's that. This is gonna happen a lot more throughout the run. That rock doesn't have collision. I don't know why they had this one have collision, but that one doesn't. Also this ice rock right here, it's nowhere near any traversable area, but it still has collision. But this ice rock that I'm gonna pass through right here does not. This one does, this one doesn't. And now we're gonna jump on top of the invisible wall, like just the box around every body of water in this game. No idea why they put this here, but it's on top of every body of water and it's really useful. I'm still out of bounds pretty much. You're like supposed to go to this excavation site over here. They're like down there in their tents. They're like trying to break into this cave. But they can't really seem to do it, and the quest is really long, which means we're just gonna clip into this, into the mountain. and then clip back in the tunnel that they're trying to get to. This tunnel usually just opens up after you finish like the bigger part of the quest. But we're just gonna skip like almost the entire quest, and now we're gonna get like woozy, ooh, because there's like mushrooms in the cave, and they have like, it's basically it's shrooms. It's shrooms in the cave, and now I'm hallucinating. And I have to get to this flame up there, which means I have to stack boxes. I'm gonna take 1 box, 2 boxes, 3 boxes. Is this gonna work? It did. Okay. Hello? Please. Okay. We are now not high anymore. Where am I? Okay. All these people somehow got into the cave even though the entrance is still blocked up. Talk to her.
You must
And that's that quest. And then we're supposed to be stuck in here, but we can just fast travel away through the wall somehow. And now it's Jesus time. This is completely normal. This is supposed to happen. There's another invisible wall here for no reason, which means that we're gonna place our bike behind the invisible wall again. And now we are at Sinkwood Inn. There's a thief running around here. One of the people on this island like stole something. We have to figure out who it is. It's what's her name? Evelina, I think. She did the crime, but I actually have to look at every document and talk to every person before the actual detective like shows up outside of the door. Which means I'm gonna go around that house and look at that painting, piece of paper in the water I just looked at. Put it back in the water, and he's gonna be like, "You're making great strides, detective." Look at that piece of paper as well. Talk to this guy. Talk to her. She somehow is just completely quiet. That's that done. Look at this piece of paper. Talk to her. She's really obnoxious.
Just hurry up and find the criminal.
Just hurry up and find the criminal, okay? Book 5941, what could that mean? I still, like, if anyone could help me out with that, I haven't figured out what 5941 means. It's entirely irrelevant to anything in this quest.
I won't be answering your questions.
And, you know, if anyone could give me like a hint on what 5941 means. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, what's that? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay. Again, I don't know what 5941 means. And that's every single document looked at. Now she appears out here and she's gonna be like, oh, okay. And this is a detective, and she's gonna be like, oh yeah, who was it? I just picked like a random guy. And she's gonna be like, that's wrong, but you finished the quest anyway, here's 70 bucks. Or something, 40 bucks. Place the bicycle outside of the bound, like on the water again. Place the bike on the water again. And now it might just start storming again for no reason. Yep. It just does that sometimes. When it happened the first time, it scared the fuck out of me. But yeah, I have to now catch this guy right here. Get out the fishing pole and this fish. And there he is, the big boy, old Pops. Oh, whoops. Come on. This is probably the most terrifying experience this fish will ever have. just a guy running after him on the water. I did not get the fast catch. Sometimes you just get him like in a couple seconds. He seems to be a bit more moody today. I have to watch out that my line doesn't break. It breaks when it turns red. Come on, you gotta be done in a second. I don't even know where I am right now. Oh, okay, there you go. Okay. Now we're done with that fish. And we're over to another place that we're only supposed to reach by raft or by reed boat. Which is not what we're gonna do. We're just gonna ride our bike. We're now on Tiffmore Bluffs. Another place where I have to make a painting. There's like a very specific like perimeter of where the painting counts towards Mother's painting. So I'm just gonna go to a place where I know that it counts. Gotta talk to her. She's gonna be like, oh, there's like sinners over in Nava. It's just people who like drink dream teas and get high from them. And she's like, no, those teas are holy. You can't do that. Here's some antidote to destroy all their plants. I don't agree with that kind of behavior, which means I'm just gonna tell the people doing the teas. Which is also faster than like destroying their stuff. Okay, that's the Tiffmore Bluffs painting. Make another one of those. Get that painting. Now we have to go further into Tiffmore Bluffs. Coming up is the only place where I actually need the zip line. Because we have to use it to get to two more, what's it called? Hot spring locations. And also for one more quest item. There's like a locked box laying around somewhere and we have to talk to a specific person afterwards. Who's then gonna tell us like, this is like a historical artifact, put it up in that house, and then we're gonna go to the house. Pack our bike, because when we go on this zip line, our bike is not coming with us. Now we're gonna go over to this hot spring. That's, I think, yeah, that's the second hot spring out of 5. Empty vial. That's 2 not empty vials. And 3 empty vials. Now we have to take the other zip line down here. Drink some water. Important. Stay hydrated. Take out the bicycle again and just ride it down some stairs, because that's what you do. Or like not really ride it down the stairs, just jump once and then fly like a meter above the stairs. Pick up the lockbox. And we're gonna go through this really pretty, good looking cave. Would look even better if I wasn't playing on lowest settings. But lowest settings crashes later, or like after a higher amount of loads it crashes. Which means I'm gonna play on lower settings because it saves me a crash pretty much. But yeah, look at this cool place. We're not gonna see it again. Just bike through a creek, bike through some water as you do. There's a waterfall coming up, but we can just go around it. I don't know if this like was intentional or... It's really dark. Give me just 1 second. Okay, we're up. Good. Discover Tiffmore Gorge and Mountain Ware Tea up to Tiffmore Gorge. Because we can discover the place from down there, but when we warp to it, it's gonna put us up here. Which is useful. and I like it. I like the fast travel mechanics in this game. There's 2 more places that I have to discover that are like really out of the way. One of them is like a beach to the very like northwest of the island, which you're supposed to use to get to the expedition site, like the Mushroom Cave quest. But obviously we did not do that, but we still have to discover the place. So I'm just gonna, I guess, bike there for a while. And look at the beautiful scenery. The planet looks like Earth. Kinda weird, huh? And it's also always perfectly in orbit so that the sun passes behind it. Isn't that kinda strange? Something to think about. At the end of the run, I want answers from someone who knows, like, astronomy. But yeah, warp to this place I discovered earlier by, like, skirting past it. And then we're gonna jump down here. And there's a guy down there in Hidden Cove that you're also supposed to, like, go to by boat. Which we're not gonna do, because we can just do this. And now we can talk to this guy, and he's gonna be like, oh yeah, I saved my kids.
Oh, I'm so lucky you found me.
Thank you for finding me and stuff. And then, like, since we can't really get out of here now because, you know, you're supposed to get there by boat, we actually have to warp back up to this place. Get out our bike again. And then go over here and discover 2 more places. What time is it? It's 4:31 AM, which means I have to fast travel 1 more time to get access to a couple more quests that are only available during daytime. Go over here to this tower. This one's called the West Tower, I think. West Tower? Yeah, West Tower. This one's called the West Tower, and it's abandoned. But the abandoned tower, that, like, the one that's called abandoned tower is the only tower that isn't abandoned. Something to think about. Get with it, game designers. Now I'm on the way to the 4th hot spring, which means we're pretty much done with the hot springs. Ran into a tree stump, ran into an invisible wall. I don't even know where I am right now. Oh, okay, I'm here. Good. This is the 4th hot spring. There's a guy sitting in there and he's like, if I sit in here forever, I'm gonna live forever. There's a lot of lunatics on this island, man, I swear. Alright, now we're at Toma's farm. Just talk to Toma real quick. And then we're gonna mount more tea to Toma's farm again, which is gonna take us another 3 hours. And now it's daytime. Get out the bike, and then bike to the place where Toma said, like, hey, my apples are being stolen, and then we have to follow an apple trail. I'm not actually gonna follow the trail because I know where I have to go. Look at this insane speedrun strat. I know where what is in the game. Never done before. But yeah, the kids ate the apples, and then I have to go back to Toma, and he's gonna be like, oh man, there's kids alone in the woods. And then he's gonna take them up, like, at his farm. Can we get the swag jump? We got the swag jump. Just alone in the woods, and he's gonna, like, bring them to his farm, And then you can talk to him and he's like, yeah, they can stay with me.
See you.
And then I'm gonna save. Because I don't remember what fast travel I was on. Mountain Ward T to Tifmore Ruins. It did not crash, but that was the last possible save before it's gonna crash, which means on the next load, I will have to save before it, and then exit the game, go back in, and then that whole save and load timer is gonna be reset. Really inconvenient, but I mean it's better than nothing. But yeah, now we're gonna put a rope right here, and then this guy has been rescued. You rescued me.
This is a miracle.
And we tell him like his kids are with Toma,
I don't know what I would do without
and now he's talking to us while he's running away. Which is, I don't know, kind of rude in my opinion. Save and exit to desktop. Open the game back up. This is gonna take a bit. The game just takes forever to start up for some reason. There's like a loading screen for the title screen. Continue. And another loading screen, and now we can... I'm at 8 Mountain Ward T's, that's kind of problematic. Mountain Ward T to Mudwillow's Mirror. Take out the bike again and then go to the woman I ran past at the last eclipse. And then like give her the ring that was inside of Old Pops, and she's just gonna sing us a song about Old Pops. Like, Old Pops, that Old Pops, he's got it out for us all, and then she's gonna whistle a bit.
That old Pops.
He's got it out for us all. I swear, I'm just scared of the people on this island at this point. Alright, go back to the Apothecary because we have to like finish the quest. Mountain Ward T to the house on the hill. Take out the bike and then go down to the water fox bear. Tell him about the lockbox and he's gonna be like, oh yeah, put it up in the house because it's basically an historical artifact. Oh, wait, no. Can I ask you about a box?
Well,
You know what?
this box is basically a historical artifact. It would be nice for the...
Alright. Now we have to go up to the house and give it to the man. Stick it to the man. You can actually like, oh wait, I picked the wrong thing, it's fine. Give Victor's box.
Box. Not at all.
Actually, it's good that I took the room because I have to advance time by like maybe 6 hours. Which I would have done later, but this is just like my humongous brain rerouting the game on the fly. Because I'm just that cool. My bike's still out here, yep. Now we have to go back to, what's it called? Quickhoof Coast, I think. And there's a guy here, he's searching for his amulet. And we have to use a tincture that we got from the lady in the cave that I dropped into. To, like, be able to see it. And then give it to him. And he's gonna give us the password to the exclusive club where the people are, like, drinking the things. Where is it? There it is. Water. But yeah, it gives us like the password to the club, and then we can actually like go in there and also give the password to another guy who wants it, and then it gives us sealant that we would need for what's it called, the raft. You're supposed to like build it with sealant, and you're supposed to like do that quest before you go anywhere outside of the traversable area without the boat. But that's apparently not what we did. But yeah, that was the 5th hot spring sample, which means we're done with that, and now we have to give it back to the woman at the tower in Nava. But there's also 2 more really out of place, like, spots I have to discover for 100%. Specifically, this shipwreck. Oh wait, it wasn't Quick Hoof Coast, it was Stealth Spring Coast. Or something. And there's another place that it took me forever to find this place on my first playthrough. And you're supposed to go there by boat, obviously, but I found like a really convoluted way to get there by bike. Go up here, pack the bike, get it out, place it in that specific spot. And okay, we got the clip. Usually, like, if that doesn't work, you can like pick the bike back up and place it again. But we didn't need to do that, so that's some time save, I guess. Discover this place, and then we can warp back to Nava, I'm pretty sure. I don't think I forgot about anything. But we can just check. Yep, okay. And now we can... Hey.
But I'm no psychologist.
Yeah, it's the guy who wanted to like sell his elixir of life, and he's really angry. Well, like he's basically baby raging because his business is failing. But I don't really care. Doesn't matter to me. Open this. I have all 5 samples. Oh wait. Pick topic, top floor pass. Now I have a top floor pass, now I can get to the top of Nava. Which is important because I need to make a painting there. So we talk to this guy, tell him I have a pass, and he's gonna be like, have a good one. These people are really nice. And then we can make a painting here. This is the last of my mom's paintings. What? How did this just... What? Okay. I'm not gonna think about it. I have no idea why those canvases just appeared in my inventory. It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I didn't skip enough time at the other Eerie there, so my reroute just kinda lost me time. I'm sure. Okay, now I can actually sleep until it's daytime. I missed it by like 4 hours. Anyway, the guy who gives us the sealant for the Roots password, like to that exclusive club, only like sits at a spot in daytime, so we have to get on the bike. That's just what happens, I guess, with the bike when you jump down from somewhere. Okay, finished that quest. Almost forgot about that one. She told me like, hey, the date went well, thank you for helping me. Really wholesome. And now we can go to the guy with the sealant. He actually like buys every single item from you for 1 glowstone, but he sells sealant for 500 glowstones. But we can also just give him the Roots password and he gives us 5 instead of the 1 sealant you would get if you give him 500 glowstones. I don't, like, what is this man's marketing strategy? Oh fuck, I went the wrong way. It's fine though. Should be fine at least. There should be a guy running at me at some point in the run. Or like, not at some point, I mean I'm almost done with the run. It's like 2 minutes away. I'm just finishing up the last 2 quests basically. I didn't even notice. This was a fantastic run. I don't get why I put like a 140 estimate for it.
Come on in then.
World record right now is 117, I think. But I mean, I used like a couple new strats that I didn't use in the record in this run, so I guess it makes sense. Talk to her, like, oh yeah, they want me to sabotage you. Here, take this, finish the quest. Unfortunately not sub 110, that would have been cool. Ride the bike out of this place because in here for some reason we can't use fast travel teas. Can only do that outside, which means I'm gonna fast travel back up to Nava. And in just a bit, in like a minute or two. FC should get like ready for timing. In like, yeah, pretty much a minute. I just have to go back up to this woman again. And she's gonna be like, hey, I hear the elixir isn't real. Cool. And, no wait, let's check if I didn't forget about anything. I did not. And now we can mount over Tito Lindo. The correct Lindo, please. Thank you. And we're really close to the end of the run now. I just have to get this guy to run towards me, give me the thing, and then... Where is he? Why isn't he here? Okay. This is kind of a problem. Where's the guy? There's the... Stop! Stop! Why are you running away from me? What the hell? That dude's like supposed to run towards me and give me like a thing that I can use to get out of here. Speaking of which, timing is gonna be coming up right now after I talk to this woman. And when the screen fades to black, it's time.
Have a nice trip.
Right now. I hope that was actually 100%. It might have just not been. It might be that I forgot about discovering someplace. Which means we'll have to sit through this long cutscene of looking at everything and looking at how cool it is. And then we can check if it actually was 100%. Yeah, it's not fun. It's not even credits, like there's no credits given at any point in the run. You can only like look at them manually. This is just like 3 minutes of riding a boat away from the island. But yeah. Good game. Fun game.
Well, I gotta tell you, I thought that was a super interesting run.